Hello everyone, hope you're doing well today. Welcome into my garden. I'm Taffany, and I came out this evening because I'm excited. I got some new planters that I have been waiting for the front porch. So I'm going to show you those and give you an idea of what I'm going to be doing with the front porch for fall. I've got to water some vegetables, and I changed out the wreath on my back door. I don't know if this is the final decision, but I'll show you what the wreath looks like. I'm having a hard time making up my mind with the wreaths. I'm trying to use what I have. Everything that I've put out here on this back little patio entryway here are all things that I already had, with the exception of the white flowers that I added, which you saw all of that in the last video. But everything I've been using for like the last 2 and 3 years, and my wreath is even older than that. It's a basic wreath that I just kind of changed the floral picks and things out to make it work for the season. It was the wreath that was on my front porch that I put out for spring. You saw it when I put it on this back door, when it had the white picks and the creamy color picks with the goldish cream leaves in it that I said I didn't like. So it's the same wreath. I just took all that out and I got all of my orange picks and florals. So let me show you that first. I'm gonna get the watering done, and then I'll show you my new planters. But let me show you the box the planters came in first. The hummingbirds are making quite a bit of chirping back there, so I had to stop for a minute and look for Tika to make sure she's not after them. But I got 2 large front porch planters. This is the box they came in. I've already taken them out, but the reason I kept the box to show you is because they came very well packaged. They each came in their own plastic. There is this to hold them securely, one on the bottom, one that was on the top, and it was actually pretty tight. I had a difficult time getting it out. Here's the other plastic. And then on top of that, they had foam all around them to keep them from scratching and rubbing. So this was very well packaged. And they are called Montclair planters, and they are from Southern Patio. So I will have a link in the description box for you to be able to get a set for yourself. They come in different colors. I got the color that is called light gray, but it's actually a sandy color, and they are exactly what I was looking for. So I can now get the front porch together for fall. But let me show you the wreath, let me get the watering done, and then I'll take you up and show you the planters and talk to you about my design ideas for the front porch. Okay guys, this is the wreath that I spent the day decorating because I was just not happy with what I had. The last one I put up with the burgundies and peaches and oranges in it with the large rose-shaped flowers was nice, but I like this one, and I like it so much I'm trying to decide if I'm going to take this one and switch it out with what I plan on putting on the front porch, because it turned out so pretty. But I've got picks and florals in there. So see, you can just buy yourself a basic wreath, and what I do is I just store my picks and florals by color in Ziploc bags, and then that way I can change out my wreath look to something new and unique each season. So making the same wreath look different, but it has little lights on it and everything. But that is what I decided to try, and I think it does look really good. As you can see, I'm stepping back. It looks really good with that combo. So that's what I'm going to give a try. I'm going to look at it for a day And we'll see. Who knows, next time you come back I might have switched it out for the one in the front. Like I said, I love this one and I love the one in the front, so they're turning out to be my favorite two wreaths. Well, when I say the one for the front, one that that one I actually purchased because I needed a new wreath. So that's what we've got back here. And another thing I have are some little petunias that are in the ready fill pots, and I'm trying to decide if they're going to go there. I was looking for something with a little more height for those, or if I'm going to put them in the hanging baskets. And I'm kind of shooting for the hanging baskets, and maybe getting some other ready fill containers for these pots here, something with like a grass in the middle and all that. But yeah, so that's what I've got, and who knows, maybe I'll get those hanging baskets done this evening as well. But let me get the watering done, and then we'll head to the front and I'll show you the new planters. Guys, as we're approaching dusk, the lights are looking much brighter. That's so cute. I love fall decorating. But enough about back here. Let me show you the pots before it gets too dark out here. Okay guys, I'm out here in the front, and these are the new pots. They are fluted here, the ridges, and it is textured, so it is not a stone, but it definitely feels like stone. It's like rough and textured, and I have to look and see how tall they are. I'll check that. But yeah, these are so pretty. And this one I have set up. I really had to figure out how can I hold my evergreens in here. So this one I have set up, but let me show you what I did. I'm going to show you with this one. this is the pot. As you can see, it's lightweight. This was my solutions. So it's a full well pot, doesn't have any trays or whatever. And I tried a few things because I want to be able to put my faux evergreens in here, or full florals or whatever, or even maybe drop-in pots. I want this to be easy. I don't want something I have to fill with dirt, whether I do live or faux. So I had these in the recycle container because that one is broken around the rim. This one has a slit somewhere along the side. They're broken, and I was just going to put them in the recycle for next pickup day. But I went and grabbed them. I was like, let me see if they'll fit. So that's the opening. Let me get the camera closer so you can see how it fits in here. Alright, so I just took these old pots, which you saw in the backyard during the season at some point, and I just drop it in here. It's not an exact fit, but I get the edges in and it's perfect. So now it sits in here perfectly, and I can sit, I can put potting soil in here to do live flowers, or I can put faux flowers in here, or the faux evergreens. So I just put the faux evergreen in here, and then I get stuffing to put it down in here, like old newspapers and stuff to hold it in place, and then I'll top it with moss or whatever. But I've already put stuffing in this one. So that's all I did, and then sit it in place. Alright guys, so that's all I did. Took an old pot that fits in there perfectly, that I can now use for potting soil, to put potting soil in for live plants, use it for faux plants, use newspaper or plastic or whatever to stuff around it and hold it in place, top it with moss. So it is all done in a way that makes it easy to work with this pot, so you don't have to fill the whole thing from bottom to top with potting soil. And of course this one's not done, neither one are. This one has some stuffing in it. I have to get some more, but that is what I did with these pots. So I'm gonna go with neutral tones on the front porch to kind of match the inside of the house, as you saw the tour for the early fall home tour for my main living area. So I've got a neutral colored reed. I've got another neutral set of neutral pots that are coming. My terracotta back there as well I'm going to use. I'm going to have, you know, some white mums, orange mums here, faux of course. Maybe I'll stick in a reel, I'm not sure, but that is my trick to the tall pots. So if you have any like that and you're not sure what to do, see if you've got some old pots that will fit inside. But it's getting a little more dusk out here, so we're going to call it quits for this evening, and we'll be back out tomorrow to decorate the front porch. Well guys, it's the next morning and I am out to start working on the front porch. So let me show you what I have. I have a new wreath. Pretty much everything up here is new because what I have been using the last few years is the same thing over and over again. For like the last 5 or 6 years I brought stuff with me, so I had not really purchased anything new. So all the stuff that I have been using I moved to the back to use back there to give it life for another 1 or 2 years before I get rid of it completely. And the front is all new, so I went with neutral this year. And this I got from Amazon. It is gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it came so small. I was like, oh, this is smaller than what I thought. But after 3 or 4 fluffing sessions and spreading out, it is much better. It's a 24-inch wreath, I want it bigger for this door because this is a pretty good sized door, but they're kind of expensive, so I went with what was on sale. I have another mat, just like in the backyard. Neutral, no words, no patterns, no colors, just simple. And I have 2 of these. These I got from QVC. They're Valerie Parhill Mums. I have 2 of these. I'm going to play around for a little bit. Of course, I showed you the pots last night. They also came from QVC, and I have another set of pots that are not here. That was originally what I was going to use these in, but I've had 2 design ideas. So this pot I already have set up, this one over here with the stuffing in it. I don't have filler on top, but just the stuffing in it. So I'm not going to use that one. I'm just going to use this one, which is just sitting in there right now. And I want to see what this looks like inside of that. And I also have some orange flowers, which I actually forgot to bring out. Let me go get those as well, and we'll get this all done up. We'll figure out what we're going to do. We'll just play around with some ideas and see what we like. One other thing before I run in to get the orange flowers, I bought some ribbon from Amazon. I'll show you that as well. And this is just a skinny burlap ribbon, and because of the way this back is, I prefer the thicker backing that I can use to stick stems in. When I got this and I looked at the picture, I didn't think about that. I was so busy looking at the leaves. I didn't think about, this can't be modified. But it also doesn't have a hook, and I needed this to drop a little bit on the door, so I put the ribbon on it. And with the ribbon, I can do it to this length, or I can double it up and shorten it, as you can see, to make it hang a little less. But I did put ribbon to add some more hang to it. So let me go run and get those orange flowers. So I got faux pansies in orange, and these actually look pretty good. These, of course, off of Amazon as well. So yeah, they get a lot of my money, Amazon. And I would say here locally, my garden center, at home, and Ross, they get a lot of my money. But we're gonna see what we can come up with for this front porch. So let's just get into it. The wreath came with a string light, but I chose to not use it. I actually put the string light on the wreath that's on the back door that I showed you yesterday evening. But I think it looks good, and I think the hang is just right. All right, let's see what this flower looks like inside of that pot, because I keep these faux evergreens up here all of the time. So I'm thinking maybe just for this fall to just do something different and have flowers instead of an evergreen out for the fall, and then they can come back out for Christmas. So let's see. Well, I took a step back and they both look nice. I'm so confused. All right, let's put the orange out and then let's see which one, let's see how it looks. I'm gonna use the pots that I have for right now for the orange. And when the new ones come, I'll show you. We'll just switch it out. So let me go get those pots. Hang on. Okay guys, so these are the two ideas. This was my original idea. Pretend like that is in a pot. The pot that I have coming is a terracotta looking pot. But just pretend like that's in a nice pot instead of it's just regular starter pot there. And envision that trio along with the wreath and that. And then my second idea, just the flowers. I feel like this has more of a richness to it. Let me step to the side so you can get a good look. All right, guys, I decided to go get that orange wreath that I put together from the back yard that was on the back door and see what it looks like here. So you've seen what the neutral leaf wreath looks like. So that is the orange wreath. Let me step out of the way and take a good look, guys. It looks good too. All right, guys, well, we have a third option here, and that is all neutrals and creams. This white is going to really pop in this shaded area, and I like the calm and peacefulness that it brings. And mosquitoes are really bad right about now, so if I'm swatting, sorry. But I really love this neutral, and I'm really leaning towards it, and I like not having the evergreens. I really love the evergreens, but it's nice to do something different and to have just florals up here. So what I'm going to do is give you a close-up look at the neutral choice, and I want you guys to leave a comment below and kind of vote. Tell me which one of the three looks you like the best. Maybe I'll go with that one based on the vote number. But this is what I'm leaning towards. I love this look just as much as I like the orange as well. But this one is really kind of edged up above the others. So let's take a close look at this one. All right, so this is a distant view. Let me give you a close-up look at the white flowers. They have a petunia-like look. And the little stymies in the middle almost look real. And of course, you've seen the mums. I need to fluff it out a little bit better, but you can kind of get the gist of what I'm going for. And of course, this wreath. So we have various options, and I really like this neutral. I really do. All right, well, that is going to be it for today, guys. I want to thank you for joining me. Remember to choose which one you like best and let me know. This one's my favorite with the orange number 2. So tell me what you think. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. Get out and do something you love and just make a memory. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.